Welcome students. We have started one chapter number 4 from NCERT, and the name of the chapter was quadratic equation, right? We have done one exercise 4.1 from NCERT. So let's move to the next exercise, which is based on roots of quadratic equation by factorization method. Now what do you mean by roots of quadratic equation? Let's discuss first. So I have taken one general form of the quadratic equation which I have discussed in the previous video. What is the general form of quadratic equation? What do you mean by quadratic equations? Okay, so we have done such questions in the previous exercise 4.1. So today we will do a next exercise 4.2. Now I have taken one general form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. Now what do you mean by roots of quadratic equation? The values of x which satisfied this equation, the values of x that are satisfied by the quadratic equation 1 are called roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so if we find the values of x from this equation, that values of x are known as roots of this equation, roots of the quadratic equation. So I think we have understood what do you mean by roots of quadratic equation. The values of the variables of the quadratic equation are known as roots of the quadratic equation. Now what is factorization method? How do we find roots of the quadratic equation by factorization method? So this is one of the easiest method by which we are able to find the roots of the quadratic equations, which is nothing but a middle term method. Okay, middle terms. So let me show you that exercise first which we are going to solve. Here we have exercise 4.2. So in question number 1 we have 10 subparts and then we have till question number 6. Okay, so first read the question. What is the question? Find the roots of the following quadratic equations by factorization methods. Other methods are also available. So what we need to do, we need to apply factorization method. And what is factorization method? Let's see the solution, you will understand. This is actually middle term. Now see, here we have exercise 4.2 1 part 1. So in the question what we have as given, this was given x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. Now we are required to find the roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, roots means the values of x we are required to find. Now so in order to do that, we required to find the middle terms of this quadratic equation. So what is the method to find middle terms? First what we need to do, we need to multiply coefficient of x square with constant term. We need to multiply coefficient of x square with constant term. So what is the coefficient of x square here? It is 1, I think. So when we multiply with the constant term which is 10 here, so what we will get? I think we will get 10. 1 into 10 give you 10. Now after getting the product which is 10 here, then let's break 10 into its factor. So what will be the factors of 10? So go with 2, we will get 5, then 5 ones are 5. So after getting the product, after multiplying the coefficient of x square with constant term, the product we will get in whatever we will get, you need to do what? You need to break that product into its factor. So what are the factors of 10? 2 and 5. Now whatever you are getting, what I am getting here, 2 into 5 into 1. These are the factors of 10. Okay, right now I am getting this one. Now by using these factors and see this sign, what we have? Minus here, no? So by using these factors 2, 5, 1 and by doing subtraction, we need to get the value 3. Okay, now tell me, so we need to use these 3 factors in such a way that if we subtract them anyhow and we will get 3. Why subtract? Why not add, sir? In that case you need to see this sign here. What we have? Minus is there, so we have to subtract. Now and to get 3. Now tell me how we will do that. If I do 5 ones are 5, and 2. So 5 minus 2 give you 3. 5 minus 2, that is why I am saying minus, not plus. Why minus? Because here we have minus. So 5 minus 2 give you 3. So x, here x we have, so x is left. Here we have x. Now in the second step, what we are required to do, multiply x with 5. So give you minus 5x, and this minus and this minus become plus. So minus minus plus 2x, minus 10 is still left. Now after multiplying, what we are required to do, we are required to take common from these two terms. So in x square and minus 5x, which one is common? Tell me. I think x is common. So I have taken x common from here and I got this, because x square is there, so x minus 5 is left in the bracket. Now what is common from here? 2x minus 10, I think 2 is common, right? Plus 2 is common. So after taking common, what is left? X minus 5. 2 5s are 10, that is why x minus 5. So when you are finding middle terms, you will always find this one. These two bracket must be same, x minus 5, x minus 5, then your middle term method is fine. Now since x minus 5 is common, so I have taken x minus 5 common here, and what is left? X plus 2 is left, so I have written in one bracket. So what are we getting now? We are getting x minus 5, x plus 2 is equals to 0. So what do you mean by this? What is the sign between them? I think multiply is there. So multiplying two terms and you are getting 0, it means any of the two terms is 0. That is why you are getting 0. If we multiply 0 into 2, what we will get? We will get 0. If we will multiply 3 into 0, what we will get? We will get 0. So here when we are multiplying x minus 5 with x plus 2, you are getting 0. That means either x minus 5 or x plus 2 is 0. Any one of them is 0. That is why we have 0 here. So right now we don't know which one is 0. So what I will write then? We will write either x minus 5 is equals to 0 or x plus 2 is equals to 0. And after doing that, we got the values of x, 5 minus 2. So these are the roots of the quadratic equation, okay, which we have got by factorization method. Now let's do the next part. So in the third part I am going to solve now. Second part is again same thing. You need to multiply 2 with 6, you will get 12, and break 12 into its factor. What you will get? 2 into 2 into 3. Here you have minus, and you need to bring what? You need to bring 1, because what is the coefficient of x? 1. So 2 into 2 into 3. So how will you get 1 then? I think 2 2s are 4 and 3 is left. So 4 minus 3 give you 1. So that one is easy. Now let's do number 3. So in number 3, what we have? See, given same method we need to apply in order to find middle terms. What we need to do? We will multiply root 2 with 5 root 2. Root 2 with 5 root 2 give you 10, because root 2 into root 2 is root 4, which is 2. So 5 2s are 10. So we got 10. Now again break 10 into its factor. 2 into 5 into 1 you will get, right? So by using these three factors in such a way, by adding them, you need to get 7. You are required to get 7. Now how we will get 7? Obviously 5 plus 2. 5 ones are 5 plus 2 give you 7. So got. Now what is the next step? Multiply this x, right? So what you will get? 5x plus 2x. So after multiplication, what is the next process? Take common. So what is common from here? From these two, what is common? Root 2x square plus 5x. I think x is common. So x is common. What is left? Root 2, and since x square is there, so 1x is left. And from 5x, x is common, so only 5 is left. To root 2x plus 5. Now from 2x plus 5 root 2, what is common? Now tell me. 2x plus 5 root 2. What is common? So let me tell you, here we have 2. 2 means root 2 into root 2. 2 means root 2 into root 2 or root 2 square. Root 2 square. So root 2 is common. So after taking root 2 common, since it is 2 means root 2 square, so 1 root 2 is left and x is left. So we got 5 root 2x, and from here if we take root 2 common, what is left then? Only 5. So we got root 2x plus 5. Okay, 2 means root 2 square and root 2 square, that is why root 2 is common. Since root 2 square was there, so 1 root 2 is left, x is left and 5 is left. Now see, these two terms is common, right? So I have taken this one here, and what is left? X plus root 2 in one bracket equals to 0. So same thing, either this one is 0 or this one is 0. Because the product is 0, that means any of them is 0, that is why 0 you are getting as product. So from here, what is x? If you take this 5 there in RHS, what you will get? Minus 5. So minus 5 by root 2 and x is equals to minus root 2. This is what we got. Okay. So in this way, you are required to do all the rest of the sub parts of question number 1. Okay. So I have given you the concept. It's very easy. I think you have understood. Now you are required to apply the same thing in all the rest of the sub parts. So I am leaving this sub parts up to you. Okay. So you are required to do that. Now do one example is given there. Example number 1. You are required to solve in the given example by factorization. Whatever is there, you need to do that. Now let's do question number 3. What is question number 3? Find the two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So we are required to find two numbers whose sum is 27. It means the two numbers may be 10 and 17, because 17 plus 10 give you 27, right? So in such a way, we are required to find two numbers whose sum must be 27 and whose product must be 182. So how will we do this sum? So what I have written, let one of the numbers be x. So what will be the other number? Since by the question it is written there that sum of two numbers is 27. So if one number is x, what is other number? 27 minus x, right? So other number is 27 minus x. Now by the problem, product of the two numbers is 182. So x, and in bracket 27 minus x is equals to 182, because product of the two numbers is 182 already given. So multiply x with 27 in minus x, we will get this one. Now after rearranging the terms, we will get this one. So you need to rearrange the quadratic equation. Like first we have x square, then only x, then constant term, right? So we got this, and now again we are required to do the same thing. What is the coefficient of x square here? I think 1 is there, so 1 will multiply with 182, we will get 182. Now break 182 into its factor like this. Okay, so 2 into 7 into 13 into 1, I am getting this one. Now see, what you are required to do, you have to use these factors in such a way by adding them, because here we have plus. So by adding them in such a way that you will get 27. So I think 2 7s are 14, 14 plus 13 give you 27, right? Now x is left here. Now multiply x. What you will get? X square minus 14x minus plus give you minus, right? Minus. Now take common from the first two terms. What is common? I think x is common. So 1x is left because x square is there. So x minus 14, and from here which term is common? 13 is common. Okay, minus 13. So 30 is common, x is left, and minus plus give you minus. That is why minus 14 is left, is there. Okay, now these two bracket, the two terms in these two brackets, see, they are common. which they must have. So x minus 14 in one bracket, what is left? X minus 13 in one bracket. Now do the same thing, either or, either this must be 0 or this must be 0. So x is equals to 14 and x is equals to 13. That means one number is 14, another number is 13. By adding we are getting 27. Fine. Let's do the next sum. Question number 5. 4 I am leaving to you. Number 5. So what we have in number 5, the altitude means height of a right angle triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. That means if base is x, what is altitude then? X minus 7. If the hypotenuse is 18 centimeter, find the other two sides. So hypotenuse is given 18. We are required to find the other two sides. That means perpendicular and base. Come to the solution. Let the base of the triangle be x centimeter, and by the problem altitude is 7 centimeter less its base. So that means x minus 7. Now by the problem we know what is Pythagoras theorem. We can apply Pythagoras theorem in right angle triangle. Hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus perpendicular square. So we are getting this. And 13 square is 169. X square is there, and then expand x minus 7 whole square, x square minus 2ab plus b square, right? So you will get this. X square give you 2x square minus 14x, number one side. This 49 will go to LHS. 169 minus 49 give you 120. Now rearrange the terms, you will get this. Now do the same thing. 2 will multiply. Now find the middle terms. So 2 will multiply with 120. What we will get? We will get 240. Now break 240 into its factor. So we will get this one. See, 2 into 2 into 2, 4 2s, 3 into 5, right? Now see the sign, plus or minus. I think minus is there. So we need to use these factors in such a way that we have to minus them in order to get 14, right? So see what I have done. 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. 3 2s give you 8. 8 3s are 24, and 2 5s are 10. So 24 minus 10, I think 14. Understood? Now x is left. So multiply x, you will get this. So after multiplying, what we are required to do? We are required to take common from these first two terms. I think 2x is common because 2 is there in 24. So 2x is common. What is left? Since x square was there, 1x is left, and 2 12s are 24. So minus 12 is left. Now from these two terms, which one is common? I think 10 is common. So x minus 12 is left. Now x minus 12, both this one is common. So x minus 12 in one bracket, and what is left? 2x plus 10 is left, I think. This one. So do either or, you will get x. So x is 12 and x is minus 5. But let me tell you, x can never be negative because it is base, right? So x must be 12. You have to reject this value. Why you have to reject? Because base can never be negative. So base is 12 centimeter, and what is altitude? 12 minus 7, 5 centimeter. So base is 12 centimeter and altitude is 5 centimeter. So in your notebook you are required to write that also. Okay, I forgot to write that. Now the last one, what we have, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. Pottery articles in a day. So cottage industry is there and it is producing pottery articles in a day. It was observed that on a particular day that the cost of production of each article, one article, was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. So cost of one article is 3 more than twice the articles. Whatever the articles are there, whatever the number of articles are there, twice of that give you 2x, 3 more, that means 2x plus 3. So the cost of production of each article is equals to 2x plus 3. This is what we have. Now if the total cost of production on that day is rupees 90, what we are required to find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. So let the number of article produced be x. So the number of article produced be x. Then what will be the, and total cost is given by the question 90. Then what will be the cost of each article? If total cost is 90 and number of articles is x, that means the cost of each article must be 90 divided by x. Total cost is 90, number of articles is x. So what is the cost of one article? 90 minus x. Now by the problem, what was there? Right? Cost of each article, which is 90 by x, is 3 more than twice the number of production, twice the number of article produced on that day. 3 more. That means if we take this 2 minus this minus 2x to RHS, what you will get? We will get plus 2x. So 2x minus 3, 2x plus 3 you will get. So I have taken plus 2x to RHS. So got this one. Okay, this one. Cost of production, cost of each article, what was there? Cost of each article, which is 90 minus x, is 3 more than the twice of the number of articles. 3 more, that means 3 twice of the number of article, which is 2x. So 3 plus 2x. So if you take 2x from RHS to LHS, it will become minus 2x. Now I have taken LCM, then cross multiplication, and then after rearranging I got this. Now do the same thing. 2 will multiply with 90, 180. Break 180 into its factor. This one, 2 into 2 into 2, 2 2s, 2 3s and 5. Now use these factors in such a way that you need to add them, no, subtract them, because minus is there. You need to subtract them to get 3. So see, I think 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8 and 5 3 is a 15. 2 to the 4, 4 3 is a 12, 5 3 is a 15. So 15 minus 12 give you 3. Okay, so I got this. Now multiply with x, I got this. Now take x common, I got this. Now you understood, I think. So 2x plus 15 common, what is left? X minus 6. Here x and 6 is left, x minus 6. So again either or. So after doing that, x is this and x is minus 15 by 2 and x is equals to 6. Now 15 minus 2 is not acceptable because number of articles can never be negative. So number of article is 6, and what was the cost of each article? 90 by 6 is equals to 15. So this is all about how to find roots of the quadratic equation by factorization method, right? So we have done that, and we based on that we have done some practical or application based questions. Okay, hope you have understood. So in my next video you will get next exercise based on quadratic equation. Thank you for watching.